Hello, lovely girl JK. I'm so excited to have you guys join me today on Inside Nollywood Conversation. On this show, I bring you amazing guests weekly and we talk about different topics, different issues that, the filmmakers, the actors, or the actresses are facing, something that they will learn from. Okay, and on today's episode, we have amazing film producer. She was the co-producer on We Have Rats. We Have Rats is a short film showing on YouTube presently, and her name is Obisheson Folakemi Esther. Folakemi is an amazing personality, and we'll be talking to her today about the ethics of filmmaking. She is, of course, a producer in the Nigerian film industry. Hello, Kemi. Good to have you on the show. Hi.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Folakemi, and it's really nice to be here. And Adejake for inviting me over.
Okay, thank you for that short introduction. We have to go straight into the conversation today because we've spent so much time trying to start the show. So, first off, tell us where did you end your education? Tell us a little bit about your background, your educational background.
Okay, so I studied linguistics at University Ondo State. So after my school, media, uh, then sales, then media back. Then I went to Ebony like like that.
So, what was your specification when you went to life? What exactly did you go there to train for?
When I went to Ebony Live, I had already produced the film. Still in post production. Title withheld actually. I'll tell you that later. So a few friends of mine actually told me I could register for producing. So that's when I registered for producing. I think that was late this last year.
So your recording, I don't know, the sound you're producing is still not clear. I'm sure that you can hear my voice, but yours is breaking terribly. So I don't know if you can bring your mouthpiece a little bit closer. Are you using like earpiece? If you're using an earpiece, just bring it a
No,
little
I'm not.
closer so that
I'm not.
oh so I
I'm
don't know
not
why
using
it's
earpiece.
breaking. But can you hear me clearly though?
I can hear you clearly.
But yours is breaking, so I can't really hear you. Okay, so tell us a little bit about your journey into production. What inspired you? At what point did you decide that? You said you studied linguistics, right?
Yes.
So something must have inspired you to say, okay, I want to start producing movies. What inspired you to choose that route?
So the point is, I really like watching movies, like reading books and watching movies. So most times when I'm reading a book, or okay, there's this particular book I read. So the book was turned into a movie. So the experience with the book was different from what I watched. So I was like, they could have made this thing better. Like the book is good. So what happened? So that's why I said, okay, I can let me start producing.
Okay, so for Lakemi, you just decided to go straight into production. It wasn't as if have you ever acted in church? Have you ever been? Most people when you ask them what inspired you, where did you start from, they'll tell you, oh, I used to act in my church. I used to act in school. So there was never a time you just enjoy watching movies and you got inspired. I was like, okay, I want to be a producer. You were never an actor at any time.
I never acted. The way I got into production was I did. an intern in art department. Actually, I was an intern in art department for a year. So I was seeing how the camera works. I was seeing like everybody playing their part in each department. Yes,
So you were experiencing all the behind the scenes, like the whole thing that goes on, in the production of movie, and that inspired you, right?
exactly.
Okay, so I have seen We Have Rats, and trust me, it's an amazing, amazing short film. As a matter of fact, I feel like I want it to be like a proper movie because the story is amazing. Tell us a little bit about the making of We Have Rats, where the inspiration came from, how you guys came together, and all that.
Okay, so basically in at Ebony Live, we are all groups in each group. Actually, we have art department, writing, directing, producing, sound, all that. So when the writers write the script, the producers have to go and I think there was four scripts then. So we were grouped into each producing classes. So we had to pitch the kind of story that we want. So we went there and pitched each story individually. But we were actually rooting for We Have That because we can actually understand, like, feel what the story is all about. It's something that we see in our area. So we're like, oh, let them give us We Have Rat. So when the list came out and we were given We Have Rat, so it was so.
I think that when you want to answer me, you should be a little bit audible because we're not really hearing you from this end, but I'm sure you can hear me. I am using a mic so I can understand if my voice is louder, but I would rather that you speak directly to, maybe your mouthpiece or something so that we can hear you better. So We Have Rats was
Okay, can
supposed
you
to
hear me
be like
now?
is a little better. It's just that it breaks in between when you keep talking. But if I can understand what you were saying, you said that We Have Rats was like a project for you guys. You guys were given different things to work on, and you chose We Have Rats because it was something you could relate to. It was like an everyday life situation, and you guys decided to do it. Tell me, as one of the producers, tell us the most challenging part about shooting or producing We Have Rats. What was the most challenging thing for you as a producer?
I think the most challenging part was trying to get everybody together. So the first meeting that we had, everybody had to introduce themselves. So we had to. There's a difference. Let me explain something. There's a difference when you're paying people and when it's a collaborative work. Everybody have an idea. So we had to sit and understand each other. I think we have a lot of. I think we had series of meetings to discuss differences and all that. So we were able to squash out the bad blood between us before we went to production.
Like you said that it was a project to you guys. How would you say what can you say about the budget? Like tell us a little bit. If for example you guys are coming together because we are not in your school, right? We've not been to your school. So if for
Yes.
example you time it out, okay, I want you guys to produce this movie and create this story and make something out of it. How do you come how do you handle the budget? What was it like? What would you say is the budget of creating We Have Rats? Is it 200K? Is
The
it
budget
what?
was the budget was basically low when we received it. So we even asked for a raise. Like, I did the budget, we went over. It was really low when they released the money to us. So I had to call the art department, me and Bolale. So we had to discuss with them that okay, this is what we have for your department, and we know it can't work out. So everybody we passed, I think we passed the list around. So everybody started giving out what they had at home. Majorly the health department. Most of them brought things they had from home. Exactly. So the things that we rented was not much. Even the set we had to build it.
Okay, so I don't know if you're still hearing me, Folakemi, because it looks like you're hanging.
I can hear you.
Okay, fantastic. You said that you guys didn't even have enough when it comes to financial, support or financial strength, and you had to start telling everybody to bring what they have. So I saw like some prominent actors in We Have Rats. I saw Anthony Wahiri. How do you guys bring those kind of people on board? Is it just collaboration, or you get to pay them? What do you guys do?
Actually, we have that is a school project. It belongs to Ebony Life Academy. And trust me, all the actors were very, very wonderful.
So
Showing
are you
up
saying
at rehearsals.
are you saying that everybody that was on that project are students of Ebony Life?
Yes, everyone.
Oh,
Everyone was a student of Ebony Life.
I see now. Okay. So it's more like a collaboration thing. We're going to come together and get this done. So you guys, it is your group
Exactly.
that that puts the We Have Rats together. Am I correct?
Um, no, that's not correct.
Okay. Can you explain to us a little bit
So
more?
we were okay. This is how it is done. So each class are always put into groups.
Okay.
So each groups are given a script to produce.
I'm listening. All right.
So each group are given a script to produce. So our first meeting, I only know I only knew few people.
Okay.
So the first meeting were like I think 36 or almost 40.
Are you for real?
So I was like, what? Yeah. So I was like, what are we going to do?
I'm listening. I'm listening to you.
Okay, so when we were on set, some people from sound, that's post production, and the guys in editing, they all came on set to help us out.
In
Even a
the in
couple
the
of them played extras.
Wow, they played extras. Hey, wow, this is amazing. So in this entire production of We Have Rats, how were you able to deal with difficulties among cast and crew? Did you guys have that kind of situation where maybe some people are arguing, there's a challenge on set? How was there anything like that, or you guys were just cool?
Yeah, we actually had an issue on set, but I won't call it the. It's more of a Nigerian issue.
Okay, explain how it is
This is what happened.
Nigerian.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. You said it's more of a Nigerian issue, so I wanted to understand what you mean by that.
Exactly. So we were using generator. So we had to take the generator very far from where we were shooting. So coincidentally, there was no light. So everybody in the environment was only their generator. So we could not shoot.
Oh my
The
god! So
sound guy
and
were complaining that
very, very noisy. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Are you still here? Because your
I can
screen
hear you.
keeps Okay, fantastic. So you said that everybody there was no light, so the whole neighborhood put on their generator, and there was so much noise, and you guys couldn't shoot. How long was that? How long did that happen for?
Oh God, it took hours because Bonale and some of the crew members, including I myself, we had to start entering like shops and saying, please, can you help us to up this thing for like 1 hour?
Are you
So
for
we started
real?
pleading up and down. Like it was so crazy.
Okay, so how do you handle creative differences on set? Like when you know you are one of the producers and director say, "Oh, this is how I want this thing to be," and someone has a different idea. How do you guys handle those kind of situations? How did you handle it?
So at first, I think we had an issue on set. So everybody was angry and cranky. So I had to go meet everyone and said, okay, we have 2 days to shoot this thing, and our names will be there. So let's just settle our differences now. We can pick them up later. But let's just shoot this thing and let's go.
So that was all that you said, and everybody went into character and moved on.
Even Bolanle was there. Like normally on set, people will be hungry.
True.
When things are slow, when things are not moving as fast as they
Going
should
the way
be.
people want.
Exactly. So the point is just focus.
I agree with you. So in a case where um before I ask you so many questions, I think that we have to be very timely. So let's go into the topic of today, which is the ethics of filmmaking. I wanted you to tell us, um, what it takes. The ethics. There are things that there are rules that govern every industry. So what are the ethics of film production? What are the things that you guys take note of? What are the things that you guys observe when you are at work? Tell us a little bit about the ethics of filmmaking.
Number one, time is money. The more you waste time, the more you waste money. So you have to manage your time as much as possible. Time management is very, very important. And number two, the way you treat your cast and crew is the way your film will look like. Like you can't have hungry cast and crew on set or angry cast and crew on set and you expect your film to turn out well.
That's true. When people are hungry, they are always angry.
When
Uh,
people are hungry, they'll be angry now. I think the most important thing is time management.
Time management, okay.
Time management is very important
Okay, when you say
because
time management,
if you lose a day, okay, let me explain time management from a producer angle.
exactly? That's what I want to hear.
So let's say your film is scheduled for 5 or 6 days.
Okay,
So the first day you guys started late. The second day you guys picked up the carryover from the first day. The third day you guys started late again, or maybe you guys are waiting for an equipment to come. Maybe you are waiting for something else. Before you know it, time is going.
I agree with you.
Every day the equipment company will collect their money from you. They don't care. The actors too will get paid. Your crew member will get paid for extra days.
So if you mismanage your time, it's going to tell on every other thing that you're doing.
It is going to tell you pay extra money.
And nobody likes to pay extra money. Nobody in the world wants to pay extra money.
Especially in production, nobody likes to pay extra money.
Okay, so how would you? Are these only the only two ethics? Time management, how you treat your cast. Are these the only two ethics of film production?
No, they're not the two hectics. Like everything that you do, you have to double check.
Double check. Okay,
Okay, let's say for
fantastic.
a
What?
second, like, okay, your makeup artist told you that, oh, this brush is bad. I can't use it. The actor is complaining. You don't
Oh
overlook
my.
things like that. You have to make sure they get another brush. Because that actor will delay you. That actor will waste your time and delay.
Okay.
Like you have to be on everyone's toes. As a producer, you have to listen. It's very important. It is very, very important. You have to listen. If you don't listen, you lose money.
Oh, if you don't listen, you're going to lose money.
You will lose money because when a DOP is telling you he needs a rolling and you didn't provide it, what is he going to use?
That's true. So
You
you
have to
listen to
listen.
working with are saying to you so that you can do the right things.
Exactly. Like during my first production, I didn't know much about equipment.
Okay.
Exactly. So the gaffer guy and the DOP took it upon themselves and told me, okay, this is what this is used for. This is what this is used for.
They had to show you.
So as a producer, you have to know like a bit of everything.
Wow. Okay, so how would you, as a producer, you said that you watch a lot of movies. How would you rate the growth in the Nigerian movie industry in the past 5 years and now? Being that you are a lover of movies, what growth have you noticed in the Nigerian film industry?
Uh, Which perspective do you want me to talk from?
I would say like concept, content, acting, interpreting characters, everything. What is the growth that you have? You would say, how would you rate? Would you say that the Nollywood industry has grown in the past 5 years and now?
In the past 5 years, the industry has really grown well. Because I was at Afrif last year. I watched most of the movies at Afrif last year. Compared
Okay.
to the movies I watched this year,
Uh,
it is massive difference.
The growth is commendable.
More than commendable, the growth is massive.
I didn't hear your last word.
I said more than commendable, the growth is massive.
Is
It is
massive.
huge.
Absolutely, I agree with you. You know that the Nigerian film industry has been in existence for a long time, for years, right? But there is this
Yes.
narrative. The Igbo wood feels like they are the ones who started in Nollywood. And the Yoruba movie industry says, we know we are the ones who started Nollywood. You are a movie watcher, you are a movie producer in the Nigerian film industry. Tell us your take on this matter because it's been everywhere. Everybody's saying, bringing their opinion. Oh no, the Yoruba started the Nollywood industry. Even though at the time it wasn't named Nollywood, the Igbo would come and say, no, we are the ones who started the Nollywood industry. So tell us what you think. What's your own take on this matter?
I think my own take is let's make good content. That's the
you don't
point.
you
Yoruba
don't want to take
or Igbo or like I watched Afamefuna at Afrif and I was like, I wish I'm Igbo because when they were speaking the language, it was so interesting.
exactly.
So it doesn't. I think we should just make good content.
And we should forget about the for the history of Nollywood. Like we should stop looking for the pioneers of Nollywood. The most important thing is that we should focus on creating good
There's
content
no
and present our country.
Exactly. There's no point looking for pioneers. Let's make films. Let's make good content.
Okay, so how would you say that? How would you rate your parents' reaction to your decision of going into filmmaking? Did your parents like it initially?
My dad is fine with everything actually. So he's very supportive. So I don't have any.
Okay, so there are no challenges. You have your dad is very supportive and says, "Oh, good girl, good girl, good girl." Okay. On that note, we are excited for you. But then, tell us, what are the next projects that you're working on? Now you've produced We Have Rats, and it was really amazing. I love it. I love it. Like when you sent me the link, I saw it, and then now I want to see it again. Probably when I'm in my quiet time tonight. When I'm in my bed, I'll probably just see it again because it's really, really fantastic. So tell us, what are the other projects you're working on? Should we expect a like full movie from you anytime soon? What are you working on? What should we look forward to?
Yes, I'm working on the next project actually. I'm working on
Okay, I didn't hear you. Can you
I
say that
have a
again,
feature
please?
film in production currently. We are done with
Oh, okay. When is it going to be out? Did you hear me?
we're in sound. Yeah, I can hear you. I said we're in sound. It's going to be up next.
Your line is really breaking. I'm finding it difficult to hear what you're saying. Like really, really difficult.
Okay, I said I'm in post production of sound.
Okay, so it's going to be dropping this year. Is it going to drop this year?
No, it's got dropping next year.
Next year? Oh, fantastic. So is it a short film as well, or a proper movie?
No, it's a full feature length.
Really? That's amazing. Congratulations. We're looking forward to that movie. So where is it going to be on? What
Thank
platforms are
you.
you planning to put it on?
I will let you know.
Time comes. All right, no problem. So how would you advise, a young filmmaker in Nigeria right now? Like any advice you have for anybody aspiring to be a producer like you, and it's just a dream for them. They haven't, implemented it yet. It has not been actualized, and they're just dreaming. What's that advice you're gonna give to them?
I'm a young filmmaker myself. I'll just tell them to do it.
You tell them what? We didn't hear you. That line broke, and this is very
I
important.
said
This
I'll
part is
tell them
very,
to
very
do it. Muster the
to
courage.
do.
Do it.
Okay, just do it.
Take a step.
Take a
Just
step.
do it.
Okay. All right. So instead of waiting, for example, there are a lot of people that will tell you, "Oh, I have dreams, I have ideas, but I'm waiting for money." What's the advice you're going to give them?
There's no point waiting. Like if you have anybody that wants to do a production, you can
Okay.
actually volunteer. I
All
mean, within
right.
your friends, you can volunteer. You can take all the learning process all in.
Okay. So instead of waiting for the funds to come, this year's Afri was an amazing one, and there were a lot of collaborations that we saw, and most of the people that I interviewed, like Iniedo, Nse, Mpe, then Foma, they all said that people are now collaborating. That instead of you to wait and say, "Oh, I want to be the only one to two users," okay, and most of them said people are now collaborating. They are no longer waiting
I can hear you.
for.
I can hear you. Don't worry.
Yeah, be fantastic. That people are now collaborating. They're no longer waiting for, okay, I don't have enough. Let me go and look for funds. I'll be able to produce this movie. People don't do that anymore. People collaborate. That's what's trending. And if you have an idea or you have a script, don't wait. Walk up to a producer, walk up to a director. Okay, this is what I have. Let's go together. What do you have? What can we bring? What can we put together? So, like you already said, don't wait. Look for people. If you know somebody that is movie producer or a director, you can go to them and say, "This is the idea I have. Let's work together." If they're on set, you go there, see what they're doing, and that way, whatever you have, whatever ideas you have, can be brought to life. So thank you for the your name. I know your name is Kemi for Lakemi. Yes. Thank you for Lakemi for joining us today. Before we go, I'd like you to share your social media handles with us and follow you on all your social media platforms and see all that you're doing and be part of the amazing things that you're creating.
Okay.
Hello.
So you can follow my company.
We
Can you
can
hear
follow
me?
your. What did you say?
I said you can follow my production company.
Oh, okay. Then you can give us the handle.
Okay. Skudan Pictures.
Can you spell it so that we can quickly follow you?
Okay, I'll send that to your WhatsApp now.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So, guys, we've come to the end of today's show. I've been talking to Obisha. I don't want to be missing your name, Folakemi Esther. And she is, of course, the co-producer of We Have Rats, the short film. On YouTube, you guys can go and watch. It's a project. You said it's an Ebony Life project, and trust me, guys, it's fantastic. You're gonna thank me with this short film. As a matter of fact, you watch it more than once, I promise. And we've been talking about the ethics of filmmaking. And thank you guys for being a part of today's Inside Nollywood conversation. That you've learned one or two things, especially if you're a young filmmaker like Olakemi is. So we've come to the end of today's show. Thank you so much. Follow us on all our social media platforms at Inside Nollywood. And trust me, this is Christmas season. We might be doing some giveaways and you don't want to miss it. So stay tuned. On Tuesday, I'll bring you the X-Face show, and on Saturday is the Deal Maker show. Thank you guys. I look forward to talking to you next. Olakemi, tell us bye bye. Tell everybody
Thank you
watching
very
bye bye.
much.
You too. Enjoy the rest of your evening.